Right, hello people. The PBC finally get in on some of the action, finally put on what I consider a really meaningful, worthwhile fight. Deserving of pay-per-view, I guess, but, that's always up for contention. David Benavidez versus Zerdo Ramirez for the WBO and WBA World Cruiserweight titles. Undefeated two-division champion David Benavidez moving up from light heavyweight to challenge the probably second best cruiserweight in the world in Zerdo Ramirez for his world titles. Of course, Benavidez, former super middleweight, WBC champion, and current WBC light heavyweight champion of the world, coming off a really good win against Anthony Yard. And yeah, man, this is a great fight on May the 2nd, live on pay-per-view, and really can't complain with this fight. Phenomenal fight. Really good. I like to see it from David Benavidez. Couldn't get fights against Bertabev or Bivol. They're looking to fight, I believe, in the same month on the same card, set up a trilogy fight, so they're wrapped up. So he seeks another challenge in a completely different weight class and against a really good fighter in Zerdo Ramirez. I've got David Benavidez winning this, but Zerdo Ramirez is no slouch. Zerdo Ramirez is a really good fighter. Not the most talented, but is clever. I'd say clever and has a decent athleticism for the super middleweight for the cruiserweight division. He is, of course, a former super middleweight, light heavyweight himself. But if you've seen him, he fills in incredibly well at cruiserweight. He was absolutely huge for those divisions. His only loss comes to Dmitry Bivol at light heavyweight, in which he was beaten handedly, which is a really well-aging win for Bivol. But yeah, he's a good fighter. He isn't the most talented, he isn't the most outstanding, but he's solid. Right? Good footwork, good fight IQ, combination punching. Not the quickest you've ever seen, not even the most powerful. Has yet to get a knockout at cruiserweight. But is an incredibly good champion. Like, he's just solid. David Benavidez, of course, I think is still underrated by some. A lot of people call him like a beast and all that, but I think a lot of people are missing just how skilled he is. He's actually an incredibly skilled fighter, incredibly underrated fighter skills-wise. Good combination punching, fast hands, unique punch sequences, and what I mean by that is it ties into the combination punching. He'll throw shit like a right hook to the body followed by a right uppercut. Just doubling up on rear-handed shots like that. Makes for what I would call unique punch sequences. Or you could just call it unorthodox combinations, but I like to sound fucking fancy, don't I? Yeah, man. He's a very physical fighter, is David Benavidez, of course. Good cardio, but at super middleweight, he was absolutely huge. Very physical. Light heavyweight, he was able to bully around Anthony Yard, who's not a small light heavyweight, would probably struggle at cruiserweight, but it's kind of in between the light heavyweight and the cruiserweight. He was able to bully around Anthony Yard. It will be interesting to see if he can enforce the same game plan or the same usual tactics on a real cruiserweight like Zerdo Ramirez. Yeah, who is, of course, proper filled out for the division at this point in his career. And if he does do that, I don't think he will. He said he won't stick around at cruiserweight, but Benavidez is a guy who puts on a bit of weight outside of camp. If he gets through Zerdo Ramirez handedly, I might pick him to beat Jael Pataya, because I think he would take on that fight. And the thing with Opataya is he throws everything with absolute conviction and power, and I don't like that against David Benavidez, because he's very movement heavy as Opataya. So he's constantly on his toes, constantly feinting, very similar mechanically to Alexander Usyk, right? But he's throwing every shot with spite, and you got a guy like Benavidez coming forward who thrives on having a cardio advantage. If you're throwing everything with power and you're in there against a guy who's actually, in my opinion, Benavidez is really underrated defensively. Parries shots really well. Head movement is improved. Opataya could see himself struggling in the second half of that fight. So this is a great fight. I'm really excited for this, and it's good to see that this isn't, because I was expecting it to be a Ring Magazine card. If I'm being completely honest, we've known about this fight for a while. I was expecting it to be a Ring Magazine card. It's not. It's just a standard PPC card on Amazon Prime, pay-per-view, of course, and a cross promotion with Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, who obviously promote Zerda Ramirez, and yeah, man, it's good to see. It's good to see every now and again a fight gets made kind of in house without having to need the support of the Ring Magazine and Turkey Al Sheikh. But as long as the fights get made, right? So yeah, thank you for watching. Yeah, goodbye.